What's up? I'm back again, YouTube, just to do my follow up. I said I was gonna give some advice on basically people who are dealing with combining motherhood and a relationship. You know, your children and your partner, your child and your partner. And we talked about, I already said something about an integration period. And in that integration period, all parties involved need to be open-minded to each other. Obviously, if your child is young, like mine is, it's going to take um, a very big um, or a very large amount of patience for you to actually handle that, you know. Because you do play middle middle ground, you know, and you need to also have in your head that it could be a possibility that these two people won't get along and what the outcome may be if it goes in that direction. But if it is worth trying for and it's worth doing, and you know that about your relationship and the other person knows that about their involvement with you, then they will make every effort to stay open-minded. And it really is a team effort. It can't just be your effort alone. Everybody has to be involved. And sometimes it's best for the child not to know that you are trying to get them to get along, you know, and for the adults to more coach that along and without actually verbalizing it, you know what I mean? And if there's a character problem, your child's old enough and there's some kind of complaint or something, the issues need to be discussed. Whatever issues that either party is having, whether it be the partner or the child, needs to be discussed and needs to be laid on the table. And you as the parent need to stay open-minded to what that other person is saying, and don't disregard anything as, whatever is whatever, because it's the real issue, you know. And you need to work on solutions after you do validate, and sometimes you're not going to be able to get it all done in one day, so put that out of your head. That's really unrealistic. You're not going to be able to get it done just by, watching some videos about it either. So, I mean, it's a journey, it's a struggle, and so, problem solve after you've talked about your issues and you've laid them on the table and you've taken enough time to actually think about what you can do for solutions, and bring that up. Don't just be like, well, this is what we're going to do to solve it. Lay the solutions out on the table, you know. And everybody has to be willing to help solve the issues. Like, even if it's just one person's issue, like if it's your partner's issues, they have to be willing to let you even help them solve them. You can't just come in like misfix it or Mr. Fix it and, do that, because that's not going to work. You also can't just come in like Mr. or Mrs. Fix it to your child's problems, because they have to be willing to solve their own perception of the situation. For instance, my situation with my mother, and as the child in that relationship, was that she was unaccepting of what I felt like. She called me a liar, so point blank, she wants us to get along. Point blank, I was not going to get along. at all. Like, you're not, it's a give and take thing. And once you cut that bond of give and take to where, you feel like you can trust this person, and you feel like this person is responding to you and actually listening to you, then it's done. So you need to maintain that. You need to maintain that interaction and maintain that willingness, and it's going to take all three people to get on that page to do that. And you got to address those issues, whatever they are. And I hope this is going to be useful for whoever may watch it. I really just wanted to actually, put that out there, because I feel like I have had enough experience with this in my life to say something on it. And also, for the integration period, if you haven't already slapped those two people together, that was kind of, if you had already slapped those two people together and expected them to get along and it didn't work. But if you haven't yet and you are trying to figure out how to do that, try to figure out something that you can both, that they can both get along, do and get along with, and introductions, and obviously take it slow and let them get a feel for this person before you bust out there that you're gonna, you want to be with this person for the rest of your life. That's not what it's about. The integration period is about seeing how these two people are going to get along. And you can't decide whether you want to marry somebody if they can't get along with your kids yet. And if you haven't realized that by now, maybe the issue lies within you. If you're somebody who's like, well, they just a kid and it's my life and da da da, you are the one with the issue. Sorry to tell you that, but you are. And I'm not sorry, not really. But like I said, if integration period, it's an integration period. Like it's a testing phase, and if they do find something that they can get along with, and you do get to the point where you think that they would grow more, having the flexibility of spending time doing things together that they both like, and you trust that person well enough to let them, take your child, say, to go see some Pretty Princess movie, or some ballet class or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's a passion that both of you guys share. Then you can of course bond over that. But again, they have to be willing to do that with each other. And definitely you need to talk to the person that you're in a relationship with and figure out where they stand about being a parental figure, not even necessarily having the title, but being that role model, because they will be that role model whether they take on the title daddy or mommy or whatever. Alright, so that's what I gotta say, YouTube. I don't know if this is my last video before I go to work or not. I don't know. It's my last video tonight though, because it's late. Good night, YouTube.